Viewpoints On episode 31. Got a lot of stuff to burn through this week, no pun intended. Why don't you go ahead and start, because this is your big thing.
Well, last week, of course, was the Electronics Entertainment Expo, better known as E3.
Yeah, it's a 3 E's.
This is where all the big gaming companies and electronic companies roll out what they've got coming, what they're working on. They promote the big games that they're doing. And let's get to the big three. First of all, Microsoft, who does the Xbox 360 system, they started big. They came out of the box right away, rock band Beatles, and had the Beatles on stage.
You can't beat that.
You know,
whoever thought you could beat that, just...
What else are you going to do when they're like, yeah, we've got the Beatles, the actual Beatles, Paul and Ringo were there. Looks like a really...
And they dug up the other two, so there were like zombies on the stage. It was pretty cool.
Wow. You know what? Too soon.
I'm sorry. It's been like 40 years.
Well, their widows were there.
Oh, okay.
Basically, of course, it's just, you know, all the fun that you enjoy from Rock Band, but it's all Beatles, and it is like the entire Beatles catalog from the early I Want to Hold Your Hand through the Sgt. Pepper, all the way up to like the hippie phase that they went through right before they broke up. So it's just like all the classic Beatles songs on Rock Band, comes out 9/9/09.
So very soon.
Yeah. And even they're releasing All You Need Is Love. You can download it off of iTunes, and a portion of the proceeds goes to charity. So that was a big rollout for Microsoft. Nintendo, I'm sorry, back to Microsoft real quick. They rolled out what they're working on coming up. They've got a new sort of controller system called the Project Natal.
I heard about that.
Which is like a full body... You can, you know, really get into the game and play and have a good time. And it's not so much like the Wii or the one that the PlayStation has where you just control it with your hands. Like, this is a full body workout sort of one. And
now, I played the Wii, and, like, that tires me out.
Everybody's talking about it. People are ranging from, well, it is Microsoft, so chances are it'll break down and not be that good. let's be real.
How dare you?
2, is this the first wave of where the Terminators come from?
That did cross my mind.
That's the range of reactions that Microsoft is getting off of it. But I saw the demo, and it looked like it was really, really something spectacular. Nintendo, they're promoting the Wii, of course, and their big thing is they're bringing back a classic, Super Mario Brothers, the original. They're bringing it back on the Wii. They, of course, have updated it slightly, but it is the part of it, the same original game that everybody loved, and that makes me kind of happy because Super Mario Brothers, that was my game back then.
Yeah, everyone loved that game. No one ever hated that game, you know. So.
And Sony, who does the PlayStation, of course, they had a few games that they announced, and they're also coming out with a motion controller that's similar to the Wii. And I guess this one is a lot more, they're saying it's more realistic than the Wii because it doesn't take very big hand movements. You're just like really small movements to control it. And I guess it works with the screen a lot better as well. But, you know, some other big games that came out of it, God of War 3, I guess, is one everybody's excited about it. Assassin's Creed 2 looks really good.
DJ Hero,
which I was really excited about. Because I thought, hey, it could be for hip-hop what Guitar Hero did for classic rock, you know. But then I saw the demo of it, and it doesn't look that fun.
It looks hard. Like, I saw the way they showed, like, a video of him, just his hands.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I could not do that.
It's like the controller is like a little mini turntable, and it has the red and the yellow and the green buttons the way it does on a guitar, and you basically, like, are scratching and controlling the buttons at the same time. So, yeah, and instead of, like, a whammy bar or whatever, you have, like, the faders and stuff on the turntable. And so if you're not at all familiar with hip-hop or any of that, like, you're just going to be really, yeah, you're going to be really lost.
A lot of dirty white kids going like, what's going on?
Yeah, so maybe they could have just made, like, a version of Guitar Hero that had hip-hop songs on it.
Yeah.
Which would have worked fine, but...
Yeah, it could
that was some of the big news that came out of E3, of course, and then Steve Wiebe once again tried to break Billy Mitchell's Donkey Kong record
and failed miserably.
Epic fail.
Didn't do too well. But someone who did do well
Ah,
is
Nice.
Conan O'Brien.
nice transition.
Conan O'Brien. It's a little inside joke, sorry. Conan last week, we were off, of course, so we're catching up. Conan started his Tonight Show run. What do you think about it?
Well, I'm a huge Conan fan, and from the moment they announced he was taking over the Tonight Show, I was overjoyed because that meant that I didn't have to wait till 12:30 or I didn't have to TiVo. I could just see Conan at 11:30. I'm also not really a big Jay Leno fan, so it was all.
Neither one of us are.
It was all a win-win situation for me. The first week, he came out swinging, did some really big guests: Will Ferrell, Tom Hanks, Gwyneth Paltrow, Pearl Jam, like really Green Day, really big name stars for his first week. And a lot of the pre-taped bits, I think, were funnier than maybe some of the monologue stuff.
Yeah.
Conan has never really, his strength has never been the monologue. His strength has always been in the comedy sketches that he would do. So I think maybe he just needs to get back to that a little bit. I also think he maybe, as some people have been saying, polished his edges a little too much. Like he had to be a little too polished for 11:30, and I think he should get his edge back and be the Conan that people love. But you know, this is the early goings, and they're figuring everything out. But so far, I think he's been doing a good job. And like I said, the pre-taped sketches have been really funny. And as always, he has a really good rapport with the guests.
Yeah, I think that's the one complaint I've heard from people that have not liked it is all the pre-tape stuff. They said they didn't enjoy all that. But for me, I think that was the best part. I think the very first one with he was running across America with Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
Not with Cheap Trick, but the Cheap Trick song. I watched it like a couple of times because it was so funny.
I loved when he did the tram because he tapes at Universal City.
Circle, circle.
He tapes the show at Universal Studios, and so he led one of the backlot tours, and that was hilarious.
When he went on Rodeo Road instead of Rodeo Drive.
Yeah.
And then the Tom Hanks thing, I watched that about like 8 times, I think, on Saturday.
Really funny.
Just when he got hit with that asteroid over and over, I was like, rewind, play, rewind.
Because Tom Hanks sold it, and it's so far I think he's doing okay, and I think Andy's back.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for a
the
staring
rapport
contest.
with him and Andy is still great. Like when they broke the Hollywood sign.
Oh yeah.
And they just look at each other, and Andy has to be like, you know, the straight guy. Well, Hollywood sounds good.
I'm like I said, I'm waiting for a staring contest, but I think he's doing okay. Yeah. I think he'll find his stride and it'll all be good.
Another good return. Oh, I'm good with these transitions today. Burn Notice came back, one of our favorite shows.
Oh, we love Burn Notice.
On USA, one of the best shows. And let me just say, as a little tidbit, I sent you an article last week, and I think it was
fascinating.
The person in charge of TNT was saying they would love to like steal Burn Notice.
It was a great little blurb about all the different executives at the different cable channels and which shows they would steal from other cable channels, and it was really interesting to see like who wanted what. Yeah,
and so they wanted Burn Notice, which says a lot about a USA show. Came back with a vengeance. When we last saw Michael, he was jumping out of the helicopter when the company said, you know, really we're just protecting you.
Yeah.
And now no one's going to protect you, and really like it happened like within minutes.
It picked up right where it left off because he was swimming to shore. And he swims in the shore, and then the cops are chasing him because he no longer has the protection.
So apparently this whole time, all these illegal things he's been doing have been like sort of covered up by this company and sort of maybe paying off the police or making sure the police. So they just said, no more. And the police are like, oh, it's time.
So the police are chasing him. All the people who he wronged during his spy career, they're coming after him.
It was a great episode. A big twist I didn't see coming.
I sort of figured it out.
Maybe I was just in the moment. I was enjoying it so much that I didn't see it coming.
I don't know if you saw last night's episode yet. But it's the introduction of Moon Bloodgood, who plays the local Miami detective who is on his trail. Because as we've seen from the first 2 seasons, Michael and his friends have blown up a lot of stuff in Miami. And that has not gone unnoticed. And so, like Tim said, the cops are after him. So she plays the detective that's really leading the charge to get him. And it just looks like the show is just really just hitting its stride.
So we both enjoy it. So that's something to watch.